This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. This is a sponsored message. Recently, I started using Anchor as my podcast host. Anchor offers benefits that most other hosts do not. It's free to use, but it also has a collection of tools that allow you to create a podcast completely within the Anchor website or smartphone app. They distribute your show to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other distribution channels without any additional effort on your part. And you can make money from your podcast without any minimum audience size. So you can use it as a more traditional podcast host like I do, but it's also got everything you need to start a podcast from scratch in one place. If you're keen to give it a shot, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's Friday, March 25th, 2022. Let's talk about the news. From BBC News, Russia-Ukraine War Summary. The Ukrainian Navy claims to have destroyed a large Russian ship in the port of Berdyansk. The U.S. has announced it will accept up to 100,000 Ukrainian refugees. The EU and U.S. are reportedly homing in on a deal that would cut demand for Russian gas in Europe. U.S. national security officials are reportedly making contingency plans in case Russia uses weapons of mass destruction. Russia's well-respected central bank governor tried to resign in protest of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, only to be told that she wasn't allowed to by Russian President Putin. Poland expelled 45 Russian diplomats suspected of espionage. Putin reportedly plans to attend an upcoming G20 summit, despite calls from within the group to expel Russia from it. Russian regulators have blocked Google News from the country, citing what they call, quote-unquote, inauthentic information about the invasion of Ukraine. One of Putin's advisors, who was a high-level official and the country's climate envoy, has stepped down and left Russia, citing his opposition to the invasion as his reason. Russia is saying it will begin to demand energy payments from unfriendly countries in rubles in the near future, which would help prop up the value of its hobbled local currency. And the Russian stock market opened for the first time in a month, though short selling is banned, and foreign investors cannot sell stocks or bonds until April 1st. Most invasion analysis right now seems to be bent on figuring out what Putin may try to do next, now that his initial plans seem to have faltered. The dominant narrative is that he'll try to carve out a piece of the strategically important southeastern portion of Ukraine to take as a consolation prize, and that his leveling of Mariupol could be meant as a warning to the rest of the country to back off and let him take what he wants, lest he reduce more cities to rubble. From Reuters, authentication firm Okta's shares slide after hack warning. Identity and access management company Okta has confirmed that it suffered a breach after initially denying reports that their network had been compromised. They've since said that a maximum of 366 of their customers may have been impacted by this hack, and their market value dropped by about 11%, due in part to their slow response to the incursion. The alleged hackers behind this attack, a group of 7 people between the ages of 16 and 21, who have now been arrested by London police, were apparently seeking ransom payments from Okta and from other recent hacking victims, including Microsoft. And the damage caused to these victims and their customers, and the charges faced by these hackers, if they are proven guilty, is still unclear. And from Al Jazeera, Jamaicans call for reparations as British royal couple arrives. The visit of Britain's Prince William and his wife to Jamaica's capital city of Kingston on Tuesday triggered a long-brewing backlash from local activists, professors, politicians, and other leaders who called on the UK to apologize and pay reparations for its role in human rights abuses, including hundreds of years of slavery on the island. This call for reparations and several protests that lined up with the royal couple's visit come mere months after Barbados, another former British colony, replaced the British Queen as their head of state. The 2 main political parties in Jamaica support breaking away from the British monarchy as well, so this relatively small pushback against visiting royals may portend more substantial changes in the near future. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.